Hi, and welcome. In this video, I'm going to share with you about essential oils. Now, essential oils can be a very powerful tool on nature's path and your journey to wellness. But I often get asked the question, are essential oils toxic? To answer this, we need to do a deep dive because it depends on who you talk to, which oils you choose to use, and how you use them. So let's dive right in. In the essential oil world, there are two schools of thought based on their own science and use. There is the British school of thought and the French school of thought. And it's important you know that these schools of thought can be seen throughout different aspects of science and research across the globe. And whichever school of thought a person is trained in will determine whether or not they believe essential oils are toxic. So to conclude and answer, we need to understand the perspective of each. In the British school of thought, the emphasis of use is primarily on the aromatic, which is inhaling or smelling the oils. They also emphasize that if essential oils are used topically on the skin, that they should always be in a dilution ratio of 2 to 5%. The reason for this is because of the type of oils they are using and the science in which they study them. This school of thought primarily relies on animal research with perfume or food-grade essential oils or certain isolated compounds which are typically synthetic. In the French school of thought, the emphasis of use is on therapeutic use to support the body's healing capabilities. Since their research is done strictly on whole essential oils, direct from nature, they conclude there is safety with most oils used undiluted, also known as neat. Their research is primarily done with people, and they indicate essential oils to be safe for everyone when used with common sense. Looking at these schools of thought side by side, you can see each perspective has its own merit. If essential oils made with synthetics are being used, they can create a toxic buildup in the body, and the safest measure in using them is to dilute to the recommended ratio of 2 to 5%. This will protect the body from getting too much toxic materials at once. On the other hand, if an essential oil is truly pure, and in its whole form, if used responsibly and with common sense, it can be inhaled, applied topically to the skin with most oils, or internally for therapeutic use. As you can see, determining if essential oils are toxic really depends on the perspective of the person you ask and their understanding of the science and research behind the usage of essential oils. Let's take a look at the standards of essential oil purity, since we have just seen that our usage of essential oils is very much dependent on whether or not they are pure whole oils from nature, or if they are lower grade oils mixed with isolates or synthetics. The International Organization for Standardization, or ISO, is the standard used today for creating some sort of consistency in the essential oil world. This standard is intended to create routine quality control and only specifies acceptable ranges for a select few marker compounds in essential oils. For example, when using the basic GC or GC-MS testing, peppermint shows to have 4 major constituents: menthol, menthone, methyl acetate, and 1,8-cineol. This basic test does not account for many other minor constituents that are found in a pure essential oil direct from nature. Because nature is so complex, there are yet many more to still be discovered. And at this point, we do not have the technology to replicate these minor constituents. ISO-compliant testing only relies on single-column GC or basic GC-MS testing. This limits testing results to major constituents and brings limitations to viewing the impossible to replicate minor and trace constituents. This standard was never designed to detect sophisticated adulterations. Unfortunately, in this modern world of science, essential oils can be deliberately engineered to fall within ISO compositional ranges, or engineered to match basic GC peak percentages, all the while still being partially synthetic or reconstructed essential oils. Because ISO standards are the only international standards we have in the essential oil world, essential oils containing synthetics, isolates, or reconstructed materials can be legally marketed as pure or ISO certified. Although this is legal, all too often the consumer is misled to believe they are using a pure natural product when it is not, despite the word pure being listed on the bottle. From this brief summarization, you can see there is a greater need for testing standards in the essential oil world. There are almost no essential oil companies on the market who go above and beyond to set a better standard for the consumer. Almost. If you want truly pure, potent essential oils direct from nature, it's very important to make sure they are being tested above and beyond the ISO standards of today. Don't be afraid to hold a company accountable for the standards you desire, and ensure they prove to you through the following testing protocols. GC-MS testing. This should be a higher quality test, not a basic one, identifying major and minor constituents. LC-MS testing detects compounds the GC-MS test does not pick up, such as pesticides, carrier oil adulterants, and even photosensitizing compounds like furocumins. FTIR testing, which identifies the chemical fingerprint. This helps ensure structural soundness, exactly how it is found in nature. Microbial testing, heavy metal testing, chirality testing, which identifies synthetic chemical structures that are not found in nature. Isotopic analysis testing can catch hidden adulteration by detecting certain carbon isotope ratios that are not found in nature. These ratios are so specific, they change when something natural is tampered with. Even the source of the plant, like the country it came from, affects this ratio. So, if you're like me, and only using pure natural products is important to you, be sure to do a deeper dive on the products you are using. Now, let's look at how we can apply the common sense factor when using truly pure essential oils. Essential oils are a concentration of the aromatic compounds of plants. Because they are a strong concentration, a little goes a long way, so more is not necessarily better. If you are new to essential oils, always start small and test for sensitivities. Just a drop or two at a time will do. It's wisest to use essential oils topically with a carrier oil to decrease sensitivities, especially when applying on a regular basis. Essential oils are a very therapeutic way to replace toxic ingredients in many products you use in your home and on your body, helping you to decrease toxic load and begin to thrive on your wellness journey. In conclusion, I think it's important to understand that a person's opinion about essential oils is really based on their perspective, and not all essential oils are the same. But good, pure, whole essential oils are definitely on nature's path and will be a help to you in your wellness journey. If you're interested in learning more about essential oils, their purity, and how to tell the difference, be sure to check the description box below, where I have a video that I review an article that has tested the top 11 essential oil brands. I'll also be including some bonus brands in that video. Be sure to check that description box. I'll see you in the next video, and I hope you have a blessed day.